These are stuffed with old protein. So after the talk, if you feel like you can actually lift one of these, hold it against the light, and you will see all the clothes inside. So पुराने कपड़े अंदर stuff किए गए हैं और साड़ी stitch की गई है. Not just that, ये जो कुर्सियाँ आप देख रहे हैं, ये चारों कुर्सियाँ हमने choice से नहीं खरीदी ये कुर्सियाँ, ये donation में हैं. तो ये हम warehouse से यहाँ पे लेके आए कि भाई यहाँ पे लगाएंगे. So we try not to buy as much as possible. And that's how we are sort of working towards conscious consumption, which is the theme of our 2-day series. And today's talk particularly is going to talk more about, well, not just fast fashion, but how do you sustain slow fashion in a world of fast fashion. So we have 3 extremely talented people who have worked in fashion, slow fashion, fast fashion, both for a long time. And we have an amazing moderator who I'm very, very excited to introduce. So Priyadarshini is going to be actually taking over from now on. And can I have a round of applause for Priyadarshini? Not because she's moderating, but because she gave us a space. The moderating you can judge afterwards and then but the space and this beautiful, all of this, before all of this has come thanks to her. So very excited to give this over to you, Priyadarshini. Thank you so much.
Like we said, these are important aspects that we also be a part of, in our everyday life. And thanks to the entire India Recycle team that they take certain initiatives that make us aware of our consumption. I'll sit down. So we have on the panel today Renu ma'am, and our first panelist is Renu Mittal. She has over 28 years of experience in apparel industry. She's worked together as designer, production and quality consultant, and she's now devoted to promoting hand-spun, hand-woven, handcrafted textiles that sustain the livelihoods of spinners, weavers, craftsmen across India. So I would like each one of you to please go a little round of applause for joining us. Big fan, and and I look forward to hearing about the work that you do and also the marathons that you are running, ma'am. At this stage, I would really like to know about that. We then have with us, I'm sorry, the list is really long today. We have Ashima Jain. She is the founder of Silai and Maidan. And Ashima is a contemporary fashion, she runs a contemporary fashion brand rooted in Indian textile heritage. Her label blends handcrafted techniques like weaving, printing, and embroidery with modern silhouettes, keeping the focus on artisans and circular designs. And we have my very dear friend and someone who's really changing the game of online shopping and experience, Falguni Patel. She's the head strategist at Cicerone. Falguni is a fashion entrepreneur, communication consultant, and head strategy of Cicerone, one of India's leading platforms that champions emerging designers. Conscious design, authentic fashion narratives. Through Cicerone, she is shaping consumer awareness and helping small labels find their voice and space in the textile industry. So, thank you all for coming here, and thank you, Renu, for organizing this for us. Ma'am, I'll start with you.
Please call me Renu. I will prefer that.
My pleasure. You have worked for many years, both as designer yourself with Cotton Root and also with artisans and craftspersons. Tell us a little more about your journey so that we get some understanding of what
Hi everyone, nice to be here on this platform. I have been promising Renu for a very long time that I come, but I have not been able to. But today I could not resist.
She's never in the country. After time you're not even.
No, not true. Anyway, so I'm now 69 years old, and my journey started when I was in my 30s. So it has been 45 years since I have been in this field. My first major breakthrough was a film called Utsav, made by Girish Karnad in 82. So at that time I had assisted the art directors of the film, and it won the award, and I was in charge of the textile properties of the film. So that was my first break in this field. Bombay. Bombay, I had started my own shop for kids wear. So near IIT, we were living in IIT Bombay, and there were not many opportunities to work. I had trained for school education here, but unfortunately I could not get a teacher's job. So I then decided to work on my own. I was already trained in garments and textiles, so I thought why not do something on my own. So I started from there, and then I started having exhibitions, case, one after the other, then menswear, women's wear, and I got another break with pantaloon order, and from then on, like, I just kept on working. Then I came to Ahmedabad. I shifted here in '99, and I trained myself in NIFT and also Rachna Sansad in Mumbai. So I had a lot of training and passion for stitching. I used to make my own clothes, and sustainability came automatically into my field because I used to make my own clothes, and whatever chindis I used to have, collect them and make godris or bed covers and gift it to people. So that's how I really got into scene. And I never believed in sustainable fashion. My background was Gandhian. I come from the Gandhian philosophy family, so I used to wear and use khadi from the very beginning. Since I was a teenager, since then I used to make my own khadi garments. So I used to love khadi, and the feel for it, the feel of khadi is amazing, all weather fabric. So that's how I just learned that, mostly self-made. So quality and design I have just learned myself on my own.
The journey.
Yeah, throughout the years, 45, 50 years now, I have been in this field. So
ma'am, we'll jump right into it, while we are here.
yes, I do.
Yeah. Do you think slow fashion brands are now ironically pushing consumers towards purchasing more? Do you
Slow
think?
fashion?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. So those who are convinced that slow fashion is for them, I think they'll source the garments they wear from places like this, or some people, some brands who are actually committed to sustainability. So they are going to refuse to buy anything to do with fast fashion.
Falguni, I will push that question to you, considering you are running a platform which caters to all sorts. Your take?
Okay, so I essentially think that fashion and sustainability going hand in hand in itself is a paradox. If you're saying that, yeah, fashion and sustainability in itself, I feel, is a paradox. Because fashion essentially means consumption. Fashion is very identity driven. Today, whatever we are wearing, the choice of clothes that I have made today, or what Priya is wearing, or what Renu is wearing, or what everybody of you have chosen to wear something, has a lot to do with who we are, or what do we want to project, or what are our likes and dislikes. And that consumption, that identity formation, or that aspiration to be something, or to arrive at something, is always going to tempt you into buying more and more of something. So what I love about slow fashion as a narrative is that it at least brought about people thinking about something more, like what harm is fast fashion doing, what can a pair of jeans, what does it take to make a pair of jeans? What is the amount of water that gets into it? Probably 7,000 liters of water that goes into producing only one pair of jeans. And this is where my conversation with sustainability started, like about 10 years ago, when I started writing a whole lot for Femina and for Cicerone, and reading about it a whole lot. And over the years, my dialogue with that has also changed. But having said that, to answer your question, slow fashion labels in today's world, I believe that very few labels would be committed to producing very little and selling very little because it does not survive the economic feasibility. Why are you doing a business at the end of the day? If somebody is doing a business, they are also providing employment to X number of people. And fashion, fortunately, unfortunately, is one of the largest unorganized provider of employment for women. So if we say that we should all stop consumption, then also it's like falling back. So we are in a vicious cycle. All we can do is we can consciously try and think about it that am I buying from this label because I need it, or am I buying it because I want it? And need and want are two very different things, which we all better start analyzing every time we want to do some shopping, you know. So business as a whole, I don't think so they can claim for that they will guide people to shop lesser.
Naturally, yeah. I'll come back to that, but I want Ashima's view. So Ashima, Silai stands out in market dominated by large brands like Nicobar, you know, Mart, etc. How do you create such a distinct niche, and what do you feel what Falguni has to say about it?
Yeah, so again, you know, the niche of course comes with every brand's own ideology. We have Silai always, you know, kind of believed in being conscious as a label. Now consciousness comes at various levels. It doesn't just mean sustainability as a, you know, sort of a brand buzzword. Consciousness through various means like, you know, paying fair wages to everybody who's working.